Welcome to the Strings Attached, Mother-Daughter Knitting and All Things String podcast. I'm Mallory.
And I'm Frida.
I'm the daughter.
I'm Mom.
Today is January 25th, and it's been about 6 weeks or so, probably?
No, it was right after Christmas. So 4.
Oh, okay, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Man, January is the longest month ever, isn't it?
It has been this January.
Whew. Yeah, because it's not even, we have a whole another week of January.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yuck.
It's been not quite a month since we podcasted.
Okay, yeah. Man, seems like it's been a long time ago.
Yeah.
And this will be our, Valentine, oh, there's a housefly flying around. Valentine's Day-ish episode. I got my heart.
I don't.
I got my heart waiting.
I
My matching bracelets here somewhere.
I have no hearts on. There you go.
So, yeah, today I've got a big FO, a big WIP. I have a big WIP.
Yeah, you do.
It's came a long way, and I didn't even have it started last time.
Oh, wow. It
Yeah.
wasn't even started?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a Jenny jacket kind of day.
Yes, it is.
We're Jenny
It's a
jacketing.
Jenny jacket kind of day.
It's 20-something degrees outside today, or maybe warmer.
It's
even.
warm today.
And,
But it's 30.
Any of you that are from the Midwest, United States Midwest, know that the last 2 weeks have been absolutely frigid.
Brutal.
Yeah, so we had tons of snow. It's melting right now, and yeah, whatever's not melted just turns to a sheet of ice.
My driveway is a sheet of ice.
Yeah, it melts a little bit and then it freezes and it's just a sheet of ice
Yeah.
everywhere. But it looks like most of it actually has melted.
Yes.
Enough
There's a
that
couple of
yeah.
sheets of ice.
Enough that one of your wheels can at least get on some melted area. But yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm making something for my mother-in-law. Her birthday was, I made her a sweater 2 years ago for her birthday. It ended up being too big, so I started her, I'm going to talk about it, but I started her this Jenny jacket, and I want to get it done before it's too warm.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a heavy sweater.
Yeah, so I really went to town on it in the last, I thought it was 6 weeks, but I guess it's only been 4.
Nope.
All right, well, why don't you tell what you're wearing since it's a
You have to tell.
Old
Jupiter
FO.
Crop by
Caitlin Hunter.
Caitlin Hunter.
I knit this 3 years ago, probably.
At least.
Yeah, probably 3 years ago. It was going to be my spring Jupiter crop, and I just looked around. I was driving home.
I think it was 2021.
Okay. So I was driving home, and there was, spring red buds were blooming, little bits of daffodils were coming up, things were starting to green up, and I looked around and picked colors from what I could see in that first couple weeks of spring, and then bought those colors to make a spring crop, but didn't gauge swatch or anything, and it ended up, the yarn I used was too big for the pattern, and it ended up being too big. But it fit Mom. After it was blocked and everything, it fit her perfect. So it worked
And I
out.
thought especially the yellow to me looks more fallish.
So it can go either way.
Yeah, it can go either way. I think
Yeah.
I wore a yellow shirt with it a time or two.
It is kind of a mustardy yellow. But
The daffodils are that color.
that's all Swish DK, and I don't think they might have now, but when I bought that, they didn't have a spring yellow. That was the only yellow that I could get from them. So that's what I
Nice.
got. But it can go for fall or spring.
Mhm.
But yeah, very pretty.
Yep.
I think that pattern calls for sport weight, and that's all DK. I think that's what happened there. But I'm glad you can wear it.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm not
given
wearing
me
a knitted
several.
item, but my big FO for the week, I didn't have it on today because I was doing my Valentine's Day thing, is my Weekender Crew. I don't remember exactly where I was last time, but I think did I have the sleeves
it's so
attached?
pretty.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
No, I didn't, because you have to pick the sleeves up.
Yeah.
That's right, you have to
I
pick the
love
sleeves up.
this neck stuff.
Neck
do.
stuff.
This shoulder.
Shoulder stuff, yeah, the way that she does that.
Yeah, I love that.
That is kind of an Andrea Mowry thing. The Zig has that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so here's the shoulder. So yeah, you knit the back panel and the front panel. You're in the round for the body. But then after you get up here, like in this neck area, you split and you knit those two pieces separate, and then you 3-needle bind off. So it makes that really pretty shoulder detail. So pretty.
I think I just like the drop shoulder.
Yeah, it's a good look.
Mhm.
It fits nice.
It fits me better.
And it fits more like a garment you'd buy.
Yeah.
A lot of sweatshirts and stuff like this,
They hang
they're like that. So it just kind of has that more professional look to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got that center cool little slip stitch detail that goes down the front and the back. And it's the Weekender crew, so it has, instead of the boat neck Weekender look, it has a crew neck, which is my preferred style because the boat neck kind of touches my neck a little too much.
Is it a littler yarn than the Weekender too?
I don't
know.
I think so. I think this pattern either calls for DK or light worsted, and the Weekender calls for a worsted weight.
Okay.
But I use the Barocco, Ultra Alpaca in Steel Cut Oats is the color. And I love the Ultra Alpaca. It feels, it's not 100% alpaca. It's like alpaca mixed with, is it acrylic? It's not acrylic, is it?
I don't think so.
Oh no, it's not. It's I think it's Peruvian wool and alpaca blend. But it's just got enough of that toothy feel to make you feel like you're wearing like this really like authentic woolly wool sweater, but then it's soft. And when you first,
that's the
in my
alpaca stuff, isn't it? It's softer,
I guess.
Oh.
In my experience, when you first wear them, because this is my second one I've made with that same yarn, when you first wear them, they're a little bit itchy, but something about like, maybe it's the oils from your skin or just wearing it kind of like flattens those little prickly things all down.
Maybe.
And the more you wear it, the more comfortable it gets. And then once you wash it again, you kind of have to start that over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because my other one I've had to wash now like 2 or 3 times. The first one I made, the gray and white one. And every time I wash it, I'm like, ooh, this is prickly. But then after a few hours of wear, it mats down and gets soft again. So I love that pattern. It's so just basic. You can wear it.
Basic but cool.
Yeah, but like it's not like so, like I love busy and I love color work. But you can just wear that all the time. People, it's like a good thing, kind of. People don't even know it's a hand knit sweater. Like,
that's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It has its benefits too, that they wouldn't even know.
All right.
It's like you want them to know, but you don't really want to talk about it all the time. At least I don't.
You want it to look hand knitted, but professional.
Yeah. And I don't want people I don't always want people to ask me about my knitting all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless they know what they're talking about, then it's fun. But when someone's like, oh, did you make that? Did you crochet that? Or like, how long does it take you to make that? That's that question. Yeah, what kind of, do you make them? Do you sell them? Do you get paid to do that? No.
No.
How long did it take you to make that? It's like, oh, I hate that question.
Hours.
Yeah, like
hours.
I don't know, a long time. But yeah, and not a long time in knitting terms.
Yeah.
But you could like put it down for 3 weeks and not touch it. So I hate that question. How long did it take you to make that? I don't know.
You might only knit on something 30 minutes a day or 45 minutes a day or something. This would be pretty much a normal time to knit on something.
I don't know. I like to be asked about my knitting, but at the same time, sometimes I don't want to be asked. I just want people to like think I have a pretty sweater on and just go about my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this one looks more like, did you make that?
Because that, like, you don't normally see sweaters that busy in a store. But I like sweaters like that too. There's a time and place for all of it. But anyway, I love that pattern. I love that sweater. And I'm glad that I have it done. I've been wearing it.
Yeah.
So.
I want to make one.
Yep, it's nice and warm. Well, Julie wants one. One of my sisters wants one, so.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to be making one for someone else. I've decided to maybe knit everybody a sweater. The girls.
She likes putting pressure on herself.
But I've already made Mallory one because she likes the zig and it's too little for me.
I want to take it.
You love it.
I do love it.
So I just have 3 more.
Yeah, I do love it.
You'll
have to give it to me at like Thanksgiving so I can wear it because it's Christmas.
Yeah, it's
colors.
Christmas. Yeah.
But that's all for my FOs. Oh, I do have one sock out of 2 done, but the pair isn't finished. So.
Well, I only
got?
have 1.
Okay.
And she says, I didn't show this last week. I talked to her last time.
Didn't.
Anyway, it's done. It needs to be embellished.
You need to say what it is.
It is the Snugly wall hanging from Missouri Star Company. And it's a little template that I got and cut them out, ironed them on there, and I stitched them down. But I do need to embellish them with some buttons or something.
Yeah.
The first one I made, which I never did show, but it has buttons on it.
It could be a wall hanging, or it could just sit like in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
Or like on the countertop, like on the bar.
So I gave one away, so I wanted to make another one. I've gotten another one cut out, so I've got some things I want to finish for next Christmas, I guess, for people.
Very cute.
Yeah.
Very cute. I like it. Yeah, no, you did not show it. We just talked about it.
They also
and you showed the little template, but I think
they also have a large template. And
you make a whole quilt.
Jenny Doan, you can make a whole quilt.
That'd be fun.
You know, like 8-inch box or whatever it is. It's really cute.
That would be really cute.
Yeah, it would be. But that's my only FO.
Okay.
I've just been knitting.
Okay. Well, let's go to WIPs then. I'll do my sock.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am making the Clementine socks by Kay Jones from the Bakery Bears. And I decided I just wanted a pair of cream socks.
You talked about this last time, didn't you?
Yeah, but I don't think I had it started. Did I?
Yeah, and you had to rip it out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, that was a tragedy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did get the one done, and it looks really funny because the way that the pattern is, it
looks tighter than it was.
It's not. See, when you stretch it out, it's normal. But, yeah, I had to rip out like 20 rows, and then I still had messed up, so I had to rip back 40 more rows, and finally got this crazy sock done. And the yarn is Kramer Natural Skeins Gian. And it's just a nice off-white creamy color just to wear for basic, because I have a lot of knitted socks at this point, but a lot of them are crazy colors, you know, which is fun and fine. But sometimes you just want to wear a sock that like looks normal.
When you have an outfit on, you don't want to wear a hot pink sock.
Right. So, but a lot of times, but I've been like, the more knitted socks I have, the more I want to wear knitted socks because I have so many. So anyway, it's very pretty. And I think it'll be a nice basic color to have in my sock stash. So I do, pretty much no matter what the pattern calls for, I do a 2x2 half twisted rib cuff for 20 rows. She calls for 15 in her patterns. I always do 20 because first of all, I have big feet and I feel like I must have, I'm tall, so I have long legs. So I want my sock to come up high. And to do that, the calf of the sock, or the sock has to come up onto my calf kind of. And then by the time it stretches out on my calf, it's actually not very tall. You know what I mean? Like by the time it actually stretches out to fit my leg.
Yeah, or too tight.
I like it to be tight because I want it to stay up. But I like them to be stretched to their max because I like them to come up high and stay up. But in order to do that, they have to stretch so much that if you only make it 15 rows, you only have like a half of an inch of a...
What's his name again?
Honey, we're filming a podcast.
What's his name again?
It's a wombat. Anyway, yeah. So I like the 20 row cuff no matter what. And I always do half twisted rib. Because ribbing can be boring. And that kind of keeps me entertained. So I don't just get bored.
That's prettier.
And I hate 1 by 1. So...
I think it's prettier.
And it is pretty, yeah. So, okay, so I always do that. And then, I don't think, I always do, since my foot, I have a big foot. And I also just feel like the 16 repeat heel flap does not give me enough stretch in this area of the sock. So I have been doing 17 repeats. And then when I pick up on either side of the heel flap, I pick up 19. So then when I decrease back down to 16, I get an extra, what would that be? 4 rows? Extra 4 to 6 rows of knitting in there. So it gives me more room to play when I'm putting the sock on and taking it off.
Yeah.
Because that's the hardest part to get on is when you have to stretch it over the bone of your heel. That is like hard sometimes, especially if the yarn felts at all during washing.
This feels stiffer than some.
It is a little stiffer of yarn. I actually bought this yarn to just do heels and toes and stuff with. But then I decided, why not just make a cream pair?
Oh, I think it's pretty.
So we'll see. I don't know how it's going to wash up and wear, but we'll find out. Yeah. But yeah, on the other one, I'm only this far. So, because I've been working on this present for my mother-in-law a lot. But yeah, so that's my first WIP. You can go. What you got?
Okay. Well, we'll do this one. I am working on my Framed by Andrea Mellon. Yeah.
So pretty. Here, I'll hold it up so they can see it.
And I've got to the point where I gotta decide if I'm gonna make it longer or not. And I think I probably
Ooh, look
should.
how pretty that looks on the camera.
Oh yeah, it does. It shows up again.
That is so pretty. I love the colors.
So I've got the 2 sections of 26 or whatever it is done.
Oh, it's gonna fall off. Oh.
I need some stoppers on it. I don't know where my stoppers went.
You want apples or avocados?
Apples. Anyway, so I think I am, what you have to do, I wish I knew from somebody, in the pattern, like for certain size, you can do 6 more rows. For a certain size, you do 4 more rows, but if I do a whole pattern, it's gonna make it really long. So I don't know.
Yeah. Hold your arm up real quick. It's already longer than this. It's longer than this.
Is it longer than this?
Yeah.
I mean, I could always wear something under it and have it hang out.
I mean,
if I didn't want my stomach to show.
It is the current style to wear things a little shorter.
I know that. But I'm not real current. My body isn't current. But I could wear, you know, a sweater under
but
it.
Also,
or a shirt under it.
Where does it, like, does it go right up under her arm, or does she have a little?
I don't know. That one's 1. I don't even know if that's 2.
It's 1.5.
It doesn't anywhere say you can do 1.5.
Well, maybe it is 2, and it just looks like that because she's got her arms down. Not sure.
But I have seen some that are real short and some that aren't. So I just got to figure that out.
Girls are having a good time in there.
Yeah. And get going on it, you know, again.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure you should.
I don't either. I don't want it so long that it's, then that looks, you know. I might just leave it as is and just do it and wear a gray shirt under it if I want to wear something under it.
I mean, because you are, well, it's Barocco vintage, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's Cascade. And it does grow.
It's is it Cascade?
Yeah.
The wave, something about wave.
Yeah, I think that's Cascade yarn. So it might grow a little bit.
Yeah, it might. Might grow.
Yeah. Let's hold it up to a few different sweaters and see what the difference in length is, really.
Yeah, like I say, I don't know if it's right under the arms.
I'm going to be quiet then. You keep talking a little bit.
I have a feeling, since it's got like dropped shoulders, that it's probably looser under the arms also and not a tight fitting sweater. So I probably will leave it as is, and if I want to wear something under it, then I can. So anyway, that's it. That's a frame.
Cool. Okay. So my Jenny jacket, I'll show that. So I'm making the Jenny jacket. Can you show the pattern? For my mother-in-law. And you knit it's a cardigan, obviously, it's a jacket. You knit the body up to the underarms, and then you knit both of the sleeves. Then you put them all together and do raglan decreases up to the neck. So, I didn't even have this started last time, so I've done a lot. I have knit the body.
And it's the little size.
I'm making her the smallest size, she's little. So I have knit the entire body.
So pretty.
And it's all smocking stitch. So you can see when I stretch it out that the lighting's not great for this, is it?
I think it's a little harder to see on that yarn than it is on my
Not really in person, but yeah, maybe versus yours, but I don't know if you can see the smocking stitch so much. But it's also, the whole thing is smocking stitch. But yeah, there's the back, and then it folds over in the front. When you get done with everything, then you put the band on last. The front button band. So that's the body. And I've got one sleeve done on the holders. And it's got a 4-inch sleeve cuff, which
it does.
is a pain to knit, but it's nice when you wear it.
It is nice.
I like to wear long cuffs like that. And then this is my second sleeve. So I'm about halfway done with my second sleeve. And you increase as you go, so it gets bigger. But yeah. Once I get all that done, then I'm going to put it on a big needle and
probably sometime this week, I'll be starting on the raglan decreases on that. And the yarn I'm using is, do I have that?
It's old.
Well, I've had it for a couple of years.
Don't know if you can get it anymore. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think I got it on sale or something.
It's Knit Picks. I know that. Shoot. Why do I not have the ball band? That's so dumb.
I'll put it at the bottom of the screen because I'll find it later. But it is a Knit Picks yarn. Donegal tweed and something blend. It's 100% wool though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's not superwash or anything.
Nope. Man,
It's kind of rustic looking too, isn't it?
if I hadn't tried to think about it, I would have had it. You know what I mean? The name of that yarn. I've had it for a long time, but I'll find it. But yeah, it's very soft. It's got little flecks of purple and yellow in it. And my mother-in-law originally, because I asked her, like, what would you like? And she said, she picked out this like sumac green color yarn. And I went to like start her sweater and I was going to have to order that yarn. And I was just like, well, I wonder what I have, you know? And I remembered I had a whole sweater's quantity of that brown. And I've had it for so long and I keep skipping over it for myself. Even though I like it, it's just, it never called to me, like really, like, oh, I want to use that for this pattern or what, it just hadn't. So I sent her a picture of it and I was like, well, I have this. I don't care to use it for you. You know, I don't care. I think you bought it for me.
I did.
But I was like, I don't care to use it for you if you like it because I already have it and I can start it right now. She's like, yeah, I actually really do like that. So done. I didn't have to buy more yarn.
And what is sumac green? Did she pick that out or is that an actual color?
It's a Fleece and Harmony green, one of their greens.
I mean, sumac is a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of their greens that they have.
Okay.
It's kind of a dark green, but like a little twinge of
olive, yellow,
seafoamy, like kind of like blue spruce is what it wasn't called sumac. It was called spruce.
Oh, okay. Well, that
I don't know where sumac came from, but it was called spruce. That's what it was called. So it had that like blue spruce Christmas tree look to it. That's what it was called. It was called spruce. So
sumac, I think, would be a little more, have a yellow tint.
Yeah. I don't know where sumac came from. It's called spruce,
tree.
but it didn't matter. I'm not using it anyway.
Where did that word come from?
So I ended up using this brown, and it is nice yarn.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was nice yarn when you got it for me. I loved the yarn. Nothing had like called to me like that needs to be this sweater. And that's kind of how I operate.
To me, it always looked like a cardigan sweater to me.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about making the harvest, the Tin Canyons harvest with it, but
it just never. There was a lot.
Oh yeah, I have a whole sweater squad. Yeah, probably have more than I need. I'll probably end up making her a pair of mittens or something to go with it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because I think I have way more. Cause she's an extra small,
mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna have plenty. But I don't know if you guys ever work like that. But if I see a pattern that I really like, sometimes I'll think that pattern would look so good. Like I'm gonna talk about here in a minute. Like I want that pattern, but I want it in this color. And then I will hunt yarn specifically. And then sometimes I'll have a pattern in mind that I like, just in my head. Like not necessarily I'm gonna knit it right now, I'm gonna, not really a timeline, but it's just a pattern that I know I've saved in favorites and I like it. And I'll just be at a yarn store not even planning on buying anything. And I'll see something and I'll be like, that'll
make that sweater.
That would look so good as the Weekender Crew or whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I go about making my sweaters.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that works for anybody else, but I don't know.
Don't know either.
That brown yarn just never totally went with
it. Might not be your color.
I like it.
I know, but it might not be because it's not a specific color that you really like. It just never hit you. To make
maybe.
Something.
Or maybe because it had the tweed in it. I don't know. But it never spoke to me. The yarn's got to kind of speak to me. Or a pattern. It has to call for something.
Has to call your name.
For me to get like excited enough to really make it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my WIPs. I haven't worked on anything else because I've been, like you've seen, I've been cranking away. I thought it had been longer, but it's only been 4 weeks. So I really have been cranking away on that. I knit on it every night. And when we go somewhere, I knit on my sock because I don't want to pack my big sweater around.
Yeah.
But I've really just been at home knitting on that brown sweater. But I'm getting excited about my new acquisition, so
But speaking of
things are
Jenny,
gonna have to
Jenny
slow down.
jackets, speaking of Jenny
Mom,
jackets,
we're working on hers.
yeah,
Hers has been ongoing for at least 3 years.
I
She
think
started hers
3 years
before
ago.
I started the one that I made
Years ago.
2 years ago and gave to her already.
I was the first one that found the pattern.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool, and I made the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will never make another one. I can tell you that. But I do have it on.
This will be your masterpiece. It's so pretty.
I have it on the big things, and I'm going with the decreases.
She's got the,
I did find a
thing
major
too.
mistake in it, but I'm going to say, oh well.
It's under the arm.
It's under the arm, and I think I can make the pattern work just fine. So, I'm not about to rip that out.
Look, well, you wouldn't have to rip out much, but
I'd have to rip out clear to the almost the underarm.
yeah. And it doesn't show.
It doesn't.
You're lucky to get where you're at.
I am. That's what I thought. And it's like,
You started it in like 2020.
this is not relaxing to me.
You said you had to take your blood pressure the other night.
I did. I took my blood pressure last night because I was hot and my face was all flushed. And I thought, oh, I just think my blood pressure is high.
Because you
It
were knitting
wasn't.
this?
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm stressed out.
because I was stressed out. Well, I think that was after I found the mistake.
Yeah.
And then that kind of stressed me
Man,
out.
that's going to be a pretty cardigan, though. That collar.
And it
Oh,
is
it's
heavy,
pretty.
heavy.
Well, mine, yeah.
I know. I wore yours the other day.
When I got to that point
Yeah.
in my brown one that I made, I think I broke
You mean your
3
gold
needle gold brown. The one I made.
Autumn bird.
The only the one that I
The
did.
other one. Yeah.
When I got to that point, I think I went through 3 wooden needle tips.
Yeah, I bought metal right off because she told me to.
Yeah, I busted them because that sweater is so heavy and you have so many
Well,
stitches on
when
the
you
needle.
go around and
It's awkward
I don't
around the
like,
sleeves.
yeah, it's tight and you got to
Mhm.
figure. I've kind of figured out how to do it, and it's not so tight, but
Mhm.
it's like, oh, you can't get that on.
Yeah,
there.
and I'd be doing that and all of a sudden snap.
yeah, I
it
can
just
see where a
snapped.
wooden needle would have snapped.
And thank goodness for Fleece and Harmony yarn being sticky because
Yeah.
I never
It doesn't unravel when you.
I never had any problems with that. I just picked the stitches right back up because they don't move
Yeah,
unless they're yanked on.
and we think it's the same. I think it's the same size as yours, so it should fit me fine.
Yeah, and mine's been worn, so it's been stretched out.
Yeah.
Man, that's pretty. Let's hold it up so they can see. So this is what the smocking.
Yeah,
Very
you can
pretty.
See the smocking, I think, on mine. A little
Yeah.
bit. I don't know.
Very pretty. And
It's just the yarn.
where's that mistake at? Did we find it?
We did, but I don't know now where it went. Was it in the sleeve? I don't think it was in the sleeve, was it? It's hard to see, so if I can make the
Yeah.
pattern, if I
Hard
can
to
make
even
the
find it.
pattern continue, it'll be fine. No one will ever see it. But I got off.
Ah,
I done, yeah.
making me dizzy looking at it.
Yeah, so it's not going to show.
Instead of being like smocked, it just her thing goes straight for
Well, I made
A
2
little bit.
smocks close together.
yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah. Oh, I think I might have seen. Oh well, it doesn't matter.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
But yeah, and on the next smocking row, you just adjust it and then just act like it never happened. Be fine. Okay.
I think it'll be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
I
It's going
also,
to be fine. Sorry.
I increased on one sleeve. I increased too much on the sleeve on the last row. So when I go around, I'm gonna
Have to
not-
decrease a couple stitches.
Well, I'm just not gonna. I don't mean increase. I decreased too much.
Oh.
So the next row, I'll decrease one less, and it'll get my count back.
Oh yeah. The thing about, I think all petite knit patterns are kind of like this, but the thing about the Jenny Jacket pattern is it's like line by line. She has each row listed on the pattern because you kind of are doing something on each row. That you have
Yeah,
to.
it's like I need to divide that one row where it's each section, like you have the front, then you have the sleeve,
Mm-hmm.
because you do knit 3 together on one part, and then there's a part you knit 2 together.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went through there and knitted 3 on all those.
Mm-hmm.
So I need, because I'm going along and then I have to look down at my pattern and go, okay, that's on this one. Yeah. It's not a fun knit right now.
That's where like one of those like knitting companion things would probably be handy. I've never used one, but I'm assuming you can kind of like take your finger and maybe like mark things off. You know, like or highlight areas.
You use this over and over and over. I mean, it's used this 6 rows 8 times or something.
No, that's what I'm saying. A knitting companion. It's like an iPad type.
Oh.
It's like an app or something, and you can probably like mark it off as you go, clear it. Mark it off as you go, clear it.
Oh.
I'm assuming it's something like that. I've never used one. You guys maybe.
Well, I already
tell us.
decided last night what I'm going to do is just put a line to divide the sections so I'll know where I'm at when I go back to look.
Yeah.
This is the right front. This is
I think
the
I might
right
have
sleeve.
that. I think
this
I
is
might
the
have
back.
lines from my first one I made in my pattern.
No, I bet.
I think I might have that in there. But yeah, it was hard. I warned you. That part, I remember
And then
when I
you
made
do,
that sweater. It was
and
hard.
what I do, I have to do this because I can't remember. So you do these 6 rows. I think it's 8 times altogether. So then I've got my little
Tally marks.
7 row. No, I wrote it out. I've done the first 6 and I wrote out all the rest of them up here with 6 rows under it. Every time I do a row, it gets checked off.
Yeah.
So I know exactly where I am.
Yeah. You have to do stuff like that.
Oh,
You do. You have
yeah.
to. The Jenny jacket is one where your pattern has to be right there. You
Yeah.
have to have your pattern with you.
But it's perfect pattern.
Oh yeah, the pattern is
It's
great.
exactly.
Yeah, there's no mistakes in it.
It's just I'm the one that makes the
But you do have to follow it row by row.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been using safety pins, and I'll mark, like, every time I do a smocking row, I'll mark it so that if I get lost in the pattern, I can be like, okay, let's count back. Okay, row 35 was a smocking, so this must be 35, 36, 37. Okay, all right, I'm on 40.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on 40. Okay, here we go. Because, yeah, you sit it down for a little bit, and you're like, oh my gosh, what row am I on?
I made sure I never, every time I finished a row, I clicked that number off.
I do that too. I put a star on where I'm at, but yeah, it's a good pattern, but it's a work.
Well, at least it didn't really bother my blood pressure. I just thought
Oh,
it
that's
was.
Yeah. All right. Got acquisitions or you got any more
Well,
whips?
I have an acquisition that's turned into a whip.
Oh, okay.
Let me do that first.
Yeah. Lainey's gonna start begging what she wants.
Yeah, I don't know what she wants. She always wants something.
She's probably hungry or thirsty. She's looking at mom like, okay, it's time.
Okay, so Laura, my oldest daughter, wanted me to make her a sweater. So a granny square sweater. So I purchased, I love this cotton, Hobby Lobby, and she picked out all the colors. Let's see if I can get
It's
all
gonna
the
be
colors.
nice and cotton.
Let's see. I can't get that purple one because it's all
Mangled.
But that's the colors.
It's kind of like muted spring.
Yeah.
Muted spring colors.
I think she wanted a little more pink
It's
than
very
this.
similar to what you have on.
Huh. Yeah. But the pink, it was either that color of kind of pink, it's in here, kind of a light purple pink.
Looks purple to me, but
It does.
it is called rosy though. And it looks almost
Or it was
beige.
spring pink, real light pink.
Baby pink.
And we decided that didn't look right either.
Yeah.
And then I'm putting it together. I'll show you the pattern here in a minute, but with just, she wanted to put together with the cream because there's a picture and that's what they did.
Okay.
So you make,
Gonna hold up some of your squares.
yeah, just grab some. You make,
Oh, this one's actually got the cream on it, so you can actually see what.
well, yeah, that one I just made for an example of what it will be, but you make a 3-row granny for her size. You make a 3-row, and then you'll put them together as you go with the cream. These are all yellow centered ones. I was trying to
Very
make.
soft.
She made all her yellow centereds first, and all her next color. So, I think there's
I look like I'm
6
dabbing my mouth like a
your
napkin.
lipstick or something.
I like to put soft yarn up against my cheeks.
And then there's another
Ooh,
yellow.
I like that. Oh, I like that rusty. I just like the color rust. I like that.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so that's that, and that's the sweater.
That's so pretty.
But actually, it's in here.
MJ is off the hook as usual. Granny, you're like with MJ off the hook. You're like how I am with K Jones socks.
Yeah, I like.
I'm always working on a K Jones. You're always working on an MJ.
I'm constantly looking at her stuff and thinking, I can crochet.
She has a YouTube.
See, there's the light background where it's put together with the
That's
light.
so cute.
So yeah,
Pretty.
that's the one she wants. So the other girl, the
And
other
what was
two
it called
girls,
again? Just the granny crop
Granny
cardigan.
crop cardigan.
She doesn't name them real weird names either. There's easy.
No, they're just what they are.
Yeah, what they are.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And the other 2 girls, I've got ideas what I'm going to make them. So
Yeah. Well, we talked about one last week, but you've since changed.
I make, yeah, she kind of, anyway.
Put her in. But yeah, you'll use that yarn for something.
Oh yeah, I like that yarn.
Yeah.
I think it'll make one of those really pretty.
Oh yeah, it would. Okay, so my other acquisition just came today. Oh. So
it must have came yesterday.
no, it came today.
Oh really? On Sunday?
Today's not Sunday.
This
Today's
is Saturday. Oh, goodness. You're
So,
right.
the zig that Mom made, we showed it in the last episode. She is going to give it to me. We just talked about that. And you made the second size,
Yes.
and it fits me perfect. I've been liking the like shorter fitting sweaters with a a crop sweater with a high rise jean. I've been liking that look and the way it feels on me. So I was like, I want this sweater. I want this exact sweater. And in my head, like we were saying earlier, like I was saying, this is how I do. I want a cozy, soft pink zig, but no stripes. Just a cozy, soft. I want that sweater, just plain pink.
Yeah.
So I hunted and hunted. I thought, in my head, I'll get Swish DK, and then I'll get a loft, Knit Picks a loft, and I'll hold those two together, and it'll make a worsted weight. Because you used worsted weight.
I think it was.
The pattern calls for light worsted, but Mom knitted the second size with a normal worsted, and it fits me perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, well, if I can get Swish DK held with a loft, that'll be like a worsted weight, and I'll just make the second size like Mom did and be right. Well, I can't remember now if Swish didn't have the exact light pink I wanted, or if I had to buy so many skeins that it was going to be like $100. It was one of those two issues. And I was like, well, I'm going to look around. So I ended up finding Cascade 220 Superwash Merino on Lovecrafts in the color, basically the color that I wanted was a baby pink. It's a little bit more baby than I kind of had in my head. I think I was thinking a little bit more on the peach realm, but it's fine. It ends up being with the Aloft, it ends up being a little bit more muted. See, it kind of
It does. It kind of toned it down.
kind of toned it down a little bit.
Kind of
So,
graded.
but then I ended up still ordering the Knit Picks Aloft because they had this muted light pink, and they're very close. See how this one has a little bit more of a peach hue, and this is more like the actual true baby pink. So together, I think they're perfect. It's kind of what I had in my head. And so I did a little swatch just a few minutes ago. And oh my, it's soft. Did you feel it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so soft. So I did a little swatch. I have gauge if I pin this out into if I just lay it down, because I haven't blocked it, I don't need gauge quite. But if I pin it out to where each row is like laying flat, it's like right on gauge. And then I compared that to the gauge of Mom's, and hers is right on gauge. And you haven't blocked yours either.
No.
So I
Maybe
think,
a little bit bigger.
yes, I think I can knit it on the suggested needle sizes and be fine. I'm going to try it. I'm just going to cast it on and go for it.
You have my sweater.
To compare it to. Yeah. So I'm just going to cast it on, go to it. And it's stockinette. So even if I get kind of far into the sweater and I think, this is going to be too small or whatever, it's just stockinette. I'm not doing much color work. I can rip it out.
This is hard to rip out from off sometimes.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully I just don't have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually did do a swatch, and I could block this and truly measure it, but I really think I'm gonna get gauge. I think it's okay. The pattern calls for light worsted. This says it's worsted, but in my opinion,
It's a light.
it's a light worsted. I have knitted with this yarn, and it just doesn't knit up like what I think worsted yarn is. Like that brown yarn is worsted. Like it is knitting up worsted. Like it's just dense. It's denser. But the only other sweater, unless I made baby sweaters with it, that I've actually made for myself out of this is my lavendery purple anchor. And it does pill significantly. It's super warm and super soft, but it does pill. So I'm kind of hoping that having the mohair with it will kind of make that look
It not show as much.
less
Well,
apparent.
Well, I didn't use 220.
Yeah.
My green love note has the fuzzy.
All sweaters pill. They just do.
And
I have a gleaner and they work.
And that yarn, that sweater doesn't pill.
Which one?
The yarn's different. The green.
That was Gloss Decay though.
Gloss Decay.
It's got silk in it. It'll pill, but they all do. And I have a gleaner, and I can't be spending $150 on yarn for a sweater
All the
that
time.
often.
Yeah.
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 So, and I just did in Michigan for Thanksgiving. I spent a lot of money.
That one.
No, I showed it last time. That white yarn.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna make an Aran.
Oh yeah.
they're called Gansey sweaters. I learned that off the
Gansey
Bakery
sweaters.
Bears.
The storm sweater.
No, I'm not making that, but
Oh.
I'm going to make more of a traditional looking Aran-y type.
Oh, okay.
I haven't picked my pattern exactly yet, but
The storm sweater is one I want to make.
you have a lot of wants.
I do.
Your chair has gotten lower and lower as we
I know it loses its.
You're getting shorter than me.
It loses it as you go.
But anyway, so I'm going to be starting that soon, so I'll have some of that done by the next time we podcast, I think. I'm very excited about it. It'll be fun to knit during the Valentine's Day season with pink yarn. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, and I don't have a light pink sweater.
No.
And I've been trying to go for more basic colors. And even though this is pink, it isn't in your face. You know what I mean? I've been trying to make some more basic choices in my knitting.
It's more dusty.
Colors that I actually want to wear.
Yeah, because like the light pink in the cotton, like Laura looked at,
Uh-huh.
it was lighter. It's almost a bright light pink.
I know what pink you're talking. I made Alice's strawberry,
Yeah,
little strawberry
that
cardigan
is,
when she was
yeah.
a baby.
That's true.
But yeah, it's just, even though it's pink, it's still a muted color that I think I would actually go for when I'm picking out what I want to wear for the day. Because like I love sweaters like this. I've knitted sweaters like this a lot.
Mm.
And I love it. And then when I'm going to pick my outfit out for like an everyday outfit, I'm not going to pick that out. I'm not going to wear that just an everyday outfit. You know what I mean? To me, that like you have this matching shirt with it. Like I would be like, okay, I'm going to wear my Jupiter crop outfit today. And my Jupiter crop that I have goes with a certain dress, and that's the only thing I wear it with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I want more sweaters where I feel like I can just grab them and put them on and not stand out so much.
I like the cardigans a lot right now.
Mm-hmm.
I wore my bluish grayish cardigan the other day.
Bluish grayish.
Bluish grayish.
Do you remember what it was? Oh, it doesn't matter. We're not showing it right now anyway. I think I know what you're talking about.
It was that universal
Mhm,
yarn.
mhm. Yeah, see, that's like a neutral color that you don't stand out so much in. I've been trying to focus on just building that side of my knit wardrobe up. Because a lot of my sweaters that are in that realm are store-bought.
Yeah.
And I have all these homemade sweaters, and I'm wearing my store-bought ones because they're muted, and I don't want to wear something so bold all the time.
Well, a lot of your sweaters are too big.
Well, that happened too. Yeah.
And then we made them too long.
Yeah.
A lot of them are too long.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I'm in a fine line. Some of mine are too short. And then some of them are too long. It's like, can I not get it right?
That's why I want to make that zig because it fit me so perfect.
Yeah. She already somebody made it. She already had it on.
And the Weekender crew fits me so perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm not even saying that's my last Weekender crew. I might make it again. I don't know. I might make that pattern and not make it inside out and just make it a sweater or something.
Oh.
Like you could just make that. You could just make that.
You can make that sweater without that line down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could.
Or I could come up with something else to put down the front. If
A
I wanted
cable
to.
or something.
Yeah.
Or a lace.
Anything. So,
Well.
basics. But that's all I have to talk about. Other than that, I'm good. Good to go.
That's all I have.
Okay. Cool.
We're done.
We're all done. 43 minutes and 8 seconds.
That's pretty good.
Not too
for
bad.
us.
All right. Well, hopefully you have a good Valentine's Day and a good next 4 to 6 weeks. We'll see how long it takes us to get next time.
Yeah. We might never know about us.
We'll probably see you before Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. I hope so.
Before St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. In between Valentine and St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
All right. Well, I'm being called. So very good, honey. Good job. All right. Bye.
Bye.